So in the last video, we ended with our estimate or our value being 20.826 yards squared. I forgot to note that he wanted us to round to one decimal place. So that would be 20.8 yards squared is what we're supposed to have. Now on the next page, I'm going to skip this part. He asks us to work through this problem. Well, why don't I just go through it? So he says, well, let's work with these total square inches. So we have 26,990 inches squared. And he says, well, why don't you multiply by 1 yard over 36 inches? Right? That is the conversion factor from yards to inches, and note what happens. Well, if you remember your exponents, when you have, let's say, 2 squared divided by 2, what you can do is get rid of one of the exponents here, and you'd be left with 2 over 1. Same thing's happening here. We cancel these inches with one of these inches, and we're left with inches times yards, which is kind of a meaningless number. Now, we do need, what's that, 26,990 divided by 36, and we get 749.7222 repeating. So we'll just write it like this. Then he says, okay, well, notice that what are inches times yards, right? That's what this unit is when we do that multiplication, and it's kind of meaningless. So let's do it again. We're going to take this result, 749.72 repeating, inches, yards, and we're going to multiply by 1 yard over 36 inches. So again, we can cancel things. Notice these inches disappear. We have 2 sets of yards, so we're going to be left with yards squared, which is what we wanted, and we have to divide this number by 36. So note how I do that in Desmos. I just take the value I left in there and hit divide by 36, and we get the same answer we had before, 20.826. His point, we can either use the conversion factor we did on the previous page where we know the square yards to square inches, or we can use the single conversion factors, the non-squared conversion factors. We just have to use them twice. So whatever you're more comfortable with, that's what you can work with.